shit work as a, you know, being over 35 as a lightweight, which is essentially like the kiss of death. You know, and now having figured it out, having the right people around me, and yeah, like it's cool to be here, and I'll be happy when there's questions that don't involve 300.
Jim, right here. Obviously, UFC 100, Mac Danzig, and
Yep.
200, Gomi. Now you're facing Bobby Green, you know, third time you've been matched up. He's been fighting fourth time.
Yeah.
Been fighting almost as long as you, just not
Yep.
in the UFC. So you also finally happy to get past, you know, this Bobby Green chapter of your life too.
What? You know, listen, I understand that stuff happens, right? Like this, like I said, this is a difficult thing that we do. You know, when they first mentioned his name, I was like, is this a jinxed fight? You know, like, is this the Tony Khabib, right? So it's not fight day yet. So, you know, unfortunately, you know, we've had to deal with that in the past. But you know, like, listen, he's an awesome fighter. I've been watching him for years. I've had the opportunity to train for him 3 times prior to this. You know, so yeah, it's like it's a guy that's been around for a while, a guy that I got a ton of respect for, and yeah, like I'm excited to finally get to fight him.
So given that you've had multiple training camps for him specifically, has he evolved much, or is he pretty much the, you know, the same fighter from that first booking that you had?
I think he's definitely evolved. You know, I think he's like 37 or something like that too. And you know, age sucks. You know, getting old in this game is not easy, especially like as a lightweight, right? Being a 40-year-old lightweight is like being a 50-year-old heavyweight. You know, so he's changed. I've changed as well, and you know, honestly, the way that I approach this stuff now is I focus even less on my opponent. You know, he does have an interesting style of boxing, great head movement, but he's still a man. You know, he's still a fighter. If I hit him hard enough, he's going to go down. If I wrap my arms around his neck, he's going to go unconscious. You know, so it's definitely a different fight than it could have been 10 years ago. We're both different fighters, and you know, I know that I can't be the guy that I was 10 years ago. You know, I've moved on from that. So yeah, like it's a fun fight. It really is. I'm excited for it.
Jim, I see you repping the UFC 100 jacket.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you don't get a chance to bring that stuff out, but I imagine your collection of memorabilia has got to be pretty special. But is that the kind of thing that you would never ever part with?
I don't know. This is the first time I've ever worn it. You know, like I pulled it out of the closet. You know, and there's still a little dog hair on it. But yeah, like it's been sitting in the closet for 15 years, and I was like, you know what? This is the week to bring it up, and I'm sweating underneath this thing because it's hot as hell. Yeah, you know, and funny enough, the fighters are getting a UFC 300 jacket, but nobody else on the card has got this puppy. You know, like it's got my name in it too. Like,
And it still fits wonderfully.
oh, it's an XL. It's huge. I'm swimming in it. I don't know why they gave me an extra large.
Jim, down here to your right. I know you said that retirement is not something that's on your mind, but given the historical nature of this event and how long you've been competing for, if you can think about it, what has been the highlight of your career?
That's a really tough one. I don't know. I don't know if there's one moment to really hang it on. You know, it's there have been those fights, those performances where it's like, yeah, you know, like obviously that first Joe Lozon fight was an amazing fight to be a part of, right? That's like, if I close my eyes, I can still hear the crowd in between rounds. Especially it's in between rounds because I get such bad like tunnel vision that like I don't really hear anything while we're fighting. And then, you know, some of the performances, and they were awesome, and sharing, you know, being able to share events with, getting my kids to come to a fight, which was not easy, you know, since I have 4. And I didn't want to bring the older ones before, you know, I brought the younger, especially at that time in my career where I didn't know how long I was going to be able to fight. So I wanted to make sure that if they all got to go to a fight, you know, like they all had to go together. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I think it might be better. It might be better that way. That, you know, like I've had a lot of really cool moments. You know, and yeah, over the years it's tough to pick. So we'll go with that.
Okay, Jim, right here.
Last one.
Yep.
If in a few years the UFC were to call and say, hey, what role would you like at a UFC 400 if you're not fighting? Have you thought about what you would want?
Not yet. No. Yeah. You know, like I'm still sitting in the fun seat. You know, getting to do the cool stuff. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know. Maybe Rick Cargill.
Let's go.
Thank you.